Okay, came out early this morning to check on the remains of a coal drift mine that goes back to circa 1908 to about 1920. We're in this area where they did a lot of coal drift mining on these high ridges in between them. And so we had seen this mine sometime quite a while back, did not have time to check it out. So Mr. Box has already gone down in there. And what this is a subsidence that's opened up into a coal drift mine. And so Mr. Box has already gone on down in there. So I'm going to head down in there shortly to take a look. He said it was wide open. So, but yeah, this is just early in the morning. I wanted to come back out here, this area we haven't been to in a long time. But we happened to notice this as we were on our way back out. Just did not have time to check it out. So we came back early this morning to give it a look-see and what may be inside. All right, head on down below in just a minute. Okay, got on down in here to the mine, deployed a rope. Had to use an entrenching tool for a few minutes, make the hole a little bit bigger, at least for myself. Mr. Box doesn't need any help. But anyway, it's a smooth wall right there. Anyway, he called back to me and told me the mine was open. I guess it is. So I'll break out an extra light here in a minute. But it's hard to say when this mine was, the actual date. But safe to say anywhere between 1908 and 1915. And could have stayed in operation 5-10 years. It's hard to say. But once they were finished with these drift mines and they played out, they just abandoned them. So this is perfect for moonshiners. So anyway, grab another light here, next one, and we'll go ahead and head on down. Looks like it's a little foggy. A little bit humid, but not bad. There's some good airflow coming in, probably from the opening. So just proceed on further down. All right, well, here's your standard 36-inch to 48-inch coal seam here. I'm sure it'll be a little more definitive further back in without the elements closer to the entrance getting faded, but cross ties are all in here. Well, let's see Mr. Box, he's way up ahead. There he is, yeah. A lot of fog in here, man. So videos might not turn out too well. A lot of stacked rocks. Some more little timber supports there. All right, we'll head a little bit further up. All right. There's Mr. Box's light way up there. Got some, that's a good indication. Might find a moonshine still back in here too. Got that wash pan, wash tub, some other buckets right there. It's not related to mining. I gotta add it right there, a header. Right there. Yeah, that looks like a linseed oil can straight ahead, so. All right, well, a very, very interesting mine. So just proceed a little bit further on. Okay, just had to take a break, checked on some batteries here. And what you got right here is an underground aquifer that they must have pierced while mining. So water's all channeling this way deeper in the mine. So I'm sure this mine probably went out on the far side of this ridge we're under. So chances are, I bet it's not over because there's no airflow back this far. So probably going to run into a lake somewhere down the road here on the haulage way with all this water channeling down right there. All right, I'll just keep pushing forward. Okay. This is always interesting to see. This is about as nasty as you can get. Mine stalactites. Look at that. All that water dripping down has just formed all this. I mean, it looks like oil, you know. But I've got a little side header here. I've got a number on it. Left something. Could be 8 left. I'm just not sure. But anyway, we'll get through the stalactite forest right here and continue on. Okay, looks like that says 11 right there. You got the chassis of minecart right there, and just up ahead, Moonshine still. Maybe 2 of them, 2 huge vats. Just taking a quick look, looks like, man, 100, 200 gallon vats right there. So, got some jars right there, probably left over from the moonshiners. So, looks completely torn up. I would think that the revenue agents or the sheriff's got them. So, anyway, there's a right haulage way straight ahead. So, we'll see what that looks like. Anyway, well, there's at least one moonshine still. So, okay. So, this was a considerable, pretty good sized operation right here. You've got one vat right here just torn up. You got the remains of another vat right there. And right over here, man, you got a lot of linseed oil cans and barrels, man. Always amazes me how they got all this stuff in here. Wow. Barrels have been in here a long time. You can see, look at the axe marks right there. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. I've seen plenty of these cans. This was the favorite. Spencer Kellogg's Pure Raw Linseed Oil. All right. Well, since we've taken a right on this haulage way, we're going to head off down this way. All right. Gone about a good 200 feet. And the haulage way starts making a turn to the right. There's a lot of cans everywhere, right there and right there. But impressive haulage way, man. It keeps going. Overall good headroom. So there's a breeze coming from somewhere ahead. So, you know, most of these mines are interconnected just for that purpose. Miners moving in between the haulage ways, but also for airflow. So, all right. Well, we'll just keep heading on this way and see how far it goes. But it looks like it goes for a pretty good ways. Okay, we're at a right haulage way turn. And so, got more moonshine remains right here. Look at all these barrels, man. The rings, those were came off of wooden barrels right there. So something tells me I think there's going to be another moonshine still. Mr. Box is way behind me. He doubled back to take a look at something, and I'll catch up with him later. So, but we know where each other, we know where each of us are, though. So, all right. Well, tell you, man, I'm sure there was another entrance further down, man. Otherwise, they're rolling these barrels because all the rails are gone. Unless they had their own trolley system set up in here. But they had to roll these suckers a long way, man. All right, we'll keep heading on this way. That's a nice can right there. All right. Got another aquifer right here with water draining down this direction. So we'll just keep following it down here. All right, we're still going, and there's a good breeze coming from somewhere down there. Here. Incredible. These guys, they weren't even on their knees, man. They were on their sides, getting the coal seam out, stacking those rocks, man, shale. But, yeah, it's good to wear boots, man. But we'll just proceed down here a little bit further. Then we're going to turn on back. Don't want to get too far ahead. But a lot of water flowing in this direction. So if it starts to get deeper, I'm just going to hold off. So, but a very impressive coal drift mine. Very impressive. All right, we'll just keep heading this way. All right, came on a little bit further. Well, there you go. You don't see that every day. It's not a good omen, though. Horseshoe or mule shoes upside down. His luck's run out. Hope that's not me. Right there. Well, looks like there remains 2 more moonshine still straight ahead. So this mine was a busy place underground to ply the trade. Man, it looks like 1, 2, maybe 3 vats up ahead. So, I mean, that's like, I don't know, 5, 6 moonshine still sites just in this one mine. I mean, that could be a record. But we'll get up here and check them out. Put a lot of preparation into doing this. Just to bring all this stuff this far underground, man, it's incredible. Who knows, maybe the guys that were doing it were coal miners full-time, moonshiners part-time. Yeah, but you can see the revenue agents got to them. Here. What a mess, man. It looks like a Nescafe coffee jar right there from the 40s or 50s. Yeah, let me get around this stuff. I'm going to need both hands. Actually seen one of these before in another mine. Select single Gulf Pride. That is old. Right there. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. There it is, Nescafe right there. So having a little coffee back here. They were using the jars for something. Looks like there's about 3 or 4 of them. But gonna venture back here just a short ways, and then we'll probably just turn around. All right. Yeah, they evidently had this operation running for quite some time, man. That's I'm not even sure what that is. Oh, it looks like some kind of compressed can, but it's just too. Almost looks like a small water heater. I have no idea. Hey, look at that, man. That's about the 6th Nescafe bottle I've seen right there. You know, we were in a mine some time ago and saw almost identical the same stuff. All right. This is about as far as I'm going to go. Let's see. Looks like there's a bottle up there. Let's see. All right, hold on. Yeah, that looks pretty old right there. Might have to take that out and clean it up, see what it looks like. But yeah, as far as I'm gonna go, the water's gonna keep getting deeper. And we'll just go and turn around and head back. All right, so I'm gonna work my way back. Yeah, that's where all that water's going. Back behind me, man. In no time, that'll be waste time. Huh. That wash tub's just full of stuff. So, what we'll do is just head on back in the direction it came from. Probably head back to the first T intersection and reassess the options there. But anyway, I've gone well over 1,000 feet. That's for sure, man. Probably 1,500. Maybe longer. So, very impressive. All right. All right. Came on back to the main T intersection. So, moving past these, Moonshine still remains right here, the vats. You see the water's just flowing this way, so go down here just a short ways. I'm sure that water's going to keep getting deeper, so I don't feel like getting that all the way up to my waist today. But we'll just have go down here for a short ways, see what it looks like, and then we'll go ahead and start heading on back to the opening. But very interesting coal drift mine. You can definitely tell it was reopened. Looks like sometime in the 40s, maybe even the 50s, for moonshining purposes. All right, we'll just head this way. All right, well, that's pretty good. The water's gonna dissipate here and be able to get on some dry land again. excellent headroom, and there's another incredible breeze coming from way back along this haulageway somewhere. I said a lot of these mines, they were all interconnected. Looks like I'm on 14 right there. That's lead-based paint. All right, change out some batteries. We'll just move forward. All right, looks like a pretty clear passageway all the way ahead. And you don't hardly ever see a half a header, 14 and a half right there. So that's pretty interesting. 14 and a half. All right, we'll just keep proceeding this way. All right, been in several mines like this with the yellow cake on the floor, like the yellow brick road right here. So, got the remains of a snuff can right there. Could be Prince Edward, I guess. And then you got 899. So 899 feet, give or take, from the main opening. And this just keeps going. So we'll just keep proceeding on. I've passed 17 and a half. So not sure how many work headers are on this haulageway, but I guess going to find out. All right, pushed on quite a bit further. These work headers are spaced out, maybe 70 feet apart, maybe. So, on number 19 now. 19 right. See, not much left of 19 right. So, it's always interesting when you're, walk along one of these things, is take a look at the stacked rock walls, because miners sometimes put whiskey bottles, soda bottles, anything. They would just stick them in the walls or stick them on top. So it's always fun to see. And speaking of that, right there, underneath that, I think that's a whiskey bottle. Let me see. All right, just pulled that out from there, and just as I was talking, I just saw the light glance off the edge of the bottle there. So that could be light brown, it could even be white, but that's early 1900s whiskey bottle right there. They would stick them up under, stick them on the side, stick them on the top, in between. So sometimes, you can find some neat stuff. But we'll take that with us. Nice little whiskey bottle. Okay, so I think I've gone past number 24 or 25 work header. So pretty much at the end here, it keeps going. But I'm not going to go over this and deal with that. So going to go ahead and start working my way back. But I tell you, man, there might be another opening way up ahead, because the breeze is just coming through here. pretty strong. I mean, it feels good. Nice air conditioning. So, but anyway, well, that's a pretty long way in this old drift mine right here. Definitely a moonshiner's paradise, man. So, all right, we'll start heading on back. See anything of interest, may video it, but probably won't take another video till I get back to where the opening is. But impressive, and I'll check back up with Mr. Boggs, because he went into another work header to try to see if he could get over to one of the other drift mines. So I'll see how that went. Traverse the main haulage way all the way back to the opening right here. Mr. Boggs, he just went out. Said he's going to go check on a couple of more drift mines in the area, because there's quite a few here. So, very interesting. Unique mine, especially with the number of moonshine stills. So, all right, we'll go ahead and start climbing on up out of here in a minute. Daylight. Whew, sun's up higher, of course. Oh, it feels good. I'll tell you one thing. You're not coming up out of there without a rope. And thank goodness for an entrenching tool to excavate that hole out. So, yeah, that was a little bit difficult, but thank goodness we're prepared. So, Mr. Boggs, he took off in that direction. So I'm going to take a break, wind this rope up, and I'll head over to where he's at. But excellent. Been in a couple like this, going in this way. This one was definitely difficult, but worth the trip, as long as you bring the right tools and equipment. So, all right, unless something else comes up. Excellent early morning field trip to see this old coal drift mine dating back to the early 1900s.